How's it going, everyone? Welcome back. So today what I want to try and do is get our stuff fixed to where we're able to start cloning again, and we don't have our people getting sick from the respiratory issues that are happening right now. So I'm going to try and fix that the best I can, and to start with, I guess we're going to be deleting all of our stuff that we don't really need. So that's the submarine that we built last episode, the exploration submarine. We just deleted our submarine factory. We're also going to go through and delete some of these garden cloche things that we have down, or the gardening hulls that we have. So we're going to delete this one as well as the mess hall, so get rid of those. That's going to give us some more items. I'm going to try and leave these two here and see if that helps still. And let's see, what else can we get rid of right now? We are going to pause this building at the moment. I'm also going to pause our concrete factory because there's no point to produce concrete right now. Before we full-on unpause it, though, I want to research the next level of the coal efficiency. So we got tier 2 upgrade on that. That's nice. And then the last thing here that we want to do is actually place down another light bulb over in this direction because we have a quartz glass deposit over here, and we're going to need some more of that coming in. That's the stuff that we are really lacking on right now. So I'm going to plop a light bulb out this way. And now we should be good to unpause the game and see if this is going to be enough to kind of pull us out of it just a little bit here. We also need to turn our smelter back on because we need steel right now. So let me disable one of the food factories. And they didn't go into that. Let me disable this so nobody goes into there. Can we get away with turning off another one? Potentially. I'm going to turn off one of our coal generators and see if that completely does us in. It did us in a little bit. Ugh, okay. But we do have that thing up and running. Let me re-enable this. Let me try and kick out these guys, I guess. That works. Cool. We have enough power. We have enough oxygen. We don't need this thing running constantly. So we're producing too much bad air quality right now. We just need it to run for a little bit to produce enough steel so that we can actually place down another light bulb over here on the habitat that we can start growing our clones again. So with this light bulb, I want to try and actually hit this habitat as well so that maybe we can eventually expand into that one as well here. So I can't quite tell where it's at. I don't know if that's the center bit, and if it is, then we're probably not going to be able to hit it as well here. All right, cool. We got it in the right spot here, so that's actually in the light. So we could potentially place down 2 cages, but right now, just to be safe, we are only going to place down this one because this should be in range. It is indeed. Okay. And then we can restart this building and start cloning again. So that's actually going to be really, really good. I need to probably turn off one of our airs and one of our generators to get the employees into this building, potentially. I don't think we have enough people laying around right now. All right, so we have our fish being captured again. It's going to take a little while. Hopefully we don't have too many clones die that we don't actually get a chance of trying to repopulate our stuff here. But while we wait for that to happen, I want to actually research this thing here, the biomass generator. It's going to be producing clean energy, so we don't have to worry about the dirty air in our system. It's going to be producing 18 power as well. We only need concrete and steel, which are 2 items that we could potentially just farm up here. We have the means to do so. So I want to see if we can actually place it on top of this. Even though we can't clone from it anymore, we might still be able to use it. But before we can even see if that's going to work, we need some steel and concrete in our system. It sounds like the anomaly's back to attack our base, and I can't enable our power thing. So that's not good. Oh, we also caught our first rosefish. That's good. Okay. How much chance do we have of actually getting a clone out of one of these fish? 17% chance. Okay, that's not happening. All right. We need a lot more of those. I also don't know where this thing's attacking at. I can't, like I said, I can't turn the thing on, so I don't know why it was growling in my ear there a second ago, but okay. So it actually attacked our concrete deposit thing over here. Am I going to have enough stuff to repair this? We need 10 steel to do that. Can we at least turn it on without having to repair it? Nope, we have to repair it. Oh, that stinks. Anyways, we just keep getting this alarm bell going off over and over again, so I'm just going to fast forward the gameplay a little bit here until we get enough steel and concrete to build out the generator on this section, and maybe that helps us with some more power, and we can delete one of the coal factories maybe as well. That would be kind of nice. I finally got barely enough stuff to build this thing. Hopefully it still works, even though this is a dead habitat, but I guess we'll see here if this is just a waste of resources. We need to connect that in, and we also probably have to run power to it, right? Oh, actually, no. We have a power cable already ran because we had the other protein thing there beforehand. So hopefully this kind of helps ease up some of the power that we are currently in need of. And then we can shut off some of these to not be chewing through as much coal, because that's kind of being an issue at the moment. Okay, so these guys should actually be producing, I think, 10 power apiece, right? Something like that. So let's research tier 2 of the power upgrade, or tier 1 of the power upgrade for the biomass generator. And is there any way for me to see if this thing's actually even producing power? It does say that it's generating 0, which is a little concerning. I think we're good though, because these two numbers say 0, but it does say 21 output on this number here. So I'm assuming that this is working. I mean, we have excess power from something, and I turned off one of the reactor things over here, the generators from over here, and it's still working, so I think we're fine with having this thing where it's at. Anyways, we might have a couple fish ready to go now, so let's see. Yep, we got a couple more in there. Let's throw all 5 in the cloning thing here. We have an 85% success rate as well as a 57-day life expectancy, so let's get those rolling. We could really use the clones here, so I'm just going to throw it into Time Warp and let that progress here because there's really not much else we can do. We're just kind of trying to keep our head above water here. Alrighty, well, I think we are out of the woodwork right now. We are a little low on food, but I did get people back into the building over here, so we should have that number going back up to 100 here in a few minutes because, I mean, we don't have more people than we had, so we should be good on food now that everything is back up and running. We have some more science points, however, so I want to buy something else. I want to buy this thing right here, Modern Living Quarters. This is going to allow us to house 8 people per building. It's also fairly cheap, only 10 concrete and 15 quartz glass. So what I want to try and do is replace these houses depending on how big these things are. So, ooh, it's like a little egg. Okay. So we could just delete these ones and replace them with these, or we don't do that because we lose the resources to begin with. We don't really need to put anything else down over here. So you know what? Let's actually not do that. Let's just go and place down new housing units around this area. So I'm going to place down 2 of these right now. We should be able to afford that, right? It was 10 and 15. Yeah, we can do that. We can even place down a 3rd one if we want. We also have the power for it, so it should be okay. This is just so we don't have the negative for people being unhoused, which is happening right now because we don't have that many houses down. I've also re-enabled the John Dory harvesting thing because we had enough of these roast fishes rolling in. We also got our clones kind of sorted, so we're not really hurting for people right now. So I'm going to start cloning with those guys again as well. See if we can get anything higher than 51 days. With the combination of these two guys. Probably not. If I can't, then I might just re-disable the John Dories because there's really kind of no point to having them going if I can't get good numbers out of them. It doesn't really matter right now either since we can't get anything other than generalists with the fish that we have. So like when we start getting the scientists and the engineers and trying to like dial that cloning session in, then it might be more beneficial to use those guys. But right now, I think just maybe going all in on these guys might be the way to go. While I'm waiting for some of this stuff to process, you guys remember how last episode we went ahead and plopped down an outpost, right? We never went ahead and plopped a dock down on it. So let's do that. And we don't really have a whole lot, but we do have steel and concrete right here. So I'm going to plop that there, and I believe with our thingy, because when you start the game it gives you an extra one of these submarines, which should still be on the building somewhere. There it is, right there. It is a transport submarine, so it should go over there and then ferry the stuff back from here to our main area. We also probably want to plop down a storage container. All right, there we go. Let's go ahead and plop it right over here. That should be fine. Our little construction guy should fix that. And then when we have a couple of our mining units free, I'll go ahead and throw them over there to grab the steel and concrete from that area. And let's see, do we have enough stuff to clone some things here? We have 4 out of 5, so let's throw in a rosefish. That dropped our days down to 52. If we take one out and replace it with a John Dory, that takes us all the way down to 49 days. Ugh, I don't want to do that. Okay, you know what? We'll throw a rosefish in there. We have a 93% success rate as well as a 52-day increase, so we lose 5 days by using the John Dories. Maybe I do actually cut that out right now and I don't use the John Dories for the time being because I don't... Oh, actually, hold on. That's 59 days with a 68% chance. It's just going to drop, though. 55 days, so we lose 2 days. And... you know what? I think I'm fine with that right now just because we have the John Dories in our inventory. I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to disable that net because I'd rather not use the roast fishes for that right now then, since we get more out of them by just cloning them together instead of mixing them with the John Dories. So what we can go ahead and do next is actually plug in this habitat because this is a new fish. It's a rogue octopus. even though that's not an octopus as the picture. That's a normal fish with a glowing stomach. Anyways, we are going to build out the habitat thing over here, right? We want to build this thing. We currently have unemployed people in our colony, so this should be kind of okay to do. I wonder if there's more habitats, man. I don't want to place this here and then know that there's habitats over here, dang it. Okay, you know what? Let's place this, like, over here somewhere so that we're hitting it, as well as potentially more if there is more that way. Hopefully that makes sense. I could just scan, but I don't have a thing down, so can't really do that right now. With that thing there, though, we need to plug it into the tunnels here so that it gets air, but we need an elevator. Oop, I didn't mean to scroll in. Let's place this. I would like it to go straight, but I don't know if I can actually do that. Let me see if we can connect to it. Oh, we actually can. Okay, good. Good. Take that, plug it on over there. We have 2 steel right now, so we're probably not going to be able to run the power to it. Yeah, we're a little short on power cables. All right, 1 more steel should be fine, though. That's fine. And then we need another 10 for the habitat itself. Oh, the anomaly's back, but we at least have a whole lot of power we can burn through. So hopefully with our lights on, this thing doesn't attack anything. Does this also turn the lights on? Oh, it does turn the lights on over there, too. Cool, okay. So I don't see it yet. I'm just going to leave this on until I get the alert that the anomaly is gone, because I keep turning it off and the anomaly's not actually gone, so it ends up breaking a building or two. So I'm just going to burn the power until I get the alert, and hopefully that alert pops up and I don't miss it somehow. We do have 175 points though, so let's grab the thing that we wanted to grab, which was the increase of power production from our biomass generator for 270 points, not 170 points. Never mind, I can't read. Sweet, the attack's over and it automatically turned off our lights for us. Oh, that's good to know. Anyways, we do have 10 steel now, and we should be able to do one of these over onto the octopus thing. Once that's done getting built, though, we have to probably feed it the rose fish, right? Because it's a common fish type, so we're probably going to have to use bait. And we do indeed. Okay, so we can use the rose fish. That's not an issue. We can harvest 2 of them at a time, I guess, off of 1 fish. Maybe, or we have 4 fishes in our box already to use. I'm not sure what that means. Cool, we got our first rough octopus. So let's see what the percentage is on the cloning here. So an 11% chance to get a generalist, as well as a 5% chance for mutation. But this fish also has a number of uses, which is 2. The other ones that we've been using is only 1. We have a 56-day window there. So, I mean, let's give it a try. They lose a day in total. From 57 is the highest that we've gotten so far, I think. So we do lose a day, we lose a little bit of success, but maybe this works out pretty well. So we have the science points, but before we do that, let's just double check. We are producing 21 power with this generator. So this is going to make it output more power by unlocking this. So, there you go. Okay. So from 21, it went to 28. Oh, that is not... Oh, man. Okay. Well, that's not really as much as I thought it was going to output. I didn't realize I was only going to up it by 7. But you know what? What's done is done. Anyways, though, we do have some more steel and stuff building up. So what I want to do now is actually replace our submarine thing that we broke a minute ago, because we need to start exploring the ocean here to get to different biomes, to get our hands on different fish so that we can unlock more mutations and stuff to get better and better people. So we are going to build that thing out again. You know what? I'm also going to build out some more storage things. I'm kind of lacking on that. So this was here since the beginning of the game, just a normal material storage thing for these things. We're going to build out a food storage since we only max out at 100. So that way we have more stuff getting stored to buy us a little bit more time. And I'm also going to place down another fuel depot or fuel storage, as well as another one. Actually, I'm going to hold off on the material one because we're not really topping out on that consistently. And then those 2 items there are going to buy us a little bit of time here. I've also went ahead and sent one of our submarines over here to start harvesting stuff for us over here. So I don't know if it's dumping it into this storage system or if it's dumping it back over here. I'm not exactly sure what it's doing, but that is running over there now nonetheless. Our submarine building is done, though. Let's get a exploration sub built. Never mind, just kidding, we can't. Anyways, while I try and figure that out, our last cloning session only failed once out of the 6 attempts, so that's actually kind of good, right? And if we try and do it now, we should have 6 attempts just with those 3 in there, which we do. That's pretty good. The completion rate is not good. I think what I'm going to do is actually halt the octopus thing as well, because right now we just need numbers. That's all we really need right now. So I'm going to disable both of these buildings and stop using our rosefish. I'm going to mix those together with the octopus that we do have right now, though, once we build up enough rosefish to fill out the whole thing, and then we'll let it run. I'm going to scour the map, though, and see if there's any glass that I have missed somewhere that we can actually get access to, because this is not good right now. All right, maybe there's a better way of doing this, but I can't really think of it right now. So the best thing that I can think of is to break this building. We get 6 quartz back from it. We are going to have to place that back, though, if we want to use this thing in the future. And then we can delete this one, because in the radius that it's in right now, it's not actually hitting anything else other than this one, which is also already dead. So we might as well get our quartz back from that. And we also need to reconnect that to the main building. There we go. We got it reconnected, so it looks a little bit better. We have a junction there. Those things are actually really helpful. I haven't really been using them, which I should. It keeps the lines going in a straight line, so you're not zigzagging things. We probably could have used one over here so that the little zigzag there wasn't a thing, but it is what it is. I'm going to get this thing working on our expedition submarine, and once that's up and running, we're going to start sending that thing out a little bit more frequently, because we have the coal and we have the food. We also have the unemployed staff right now, and since we have the rosefish rolling in, we pretty much are somewhat okay on cloning for a few minutes here, so I think we can afford to get a couple explorations out. So I went ahead and took a look at all the stuff that we have down from our scans to see like what we want to send our submarine to. And I think, honestly, what I want to send it to is this thing right here. So this is one of the quartz deposits that we need to build a light on so that we can build the factory on top of it to mine it. But if we drop a flare on it and the flare is big enough to actually encompass this thing, then we can also get our hands on some aluminum right now. So that's what we're going to send our submarine to. We have 3 people we can throw in this. Oh, we actually have to send 4 of them, or it's a 75% success. Ugh, okay, you know what? Let's throw it on the coal generator. That should be fine. 100% success. Let's send it. While that's also going, I'm going to get a couple more clones rolling out here. I'd rather have more people unemployed than risk not having enough people in our colony. All right, moment of truth here. Please be close enough to the thing. That would be really nice. It is indeed. Look at that. We got aluminum. Okay. So we're only going to have a very short window to grab that aluminum, so I'm going to disable all of our other mining things that's going on right now. And there we go. We got all 3 of them on the mining unit here. Once the light burns out, I imagine we're not going to be able to continue to harvest the aluminum, though, so I am going to hope for the best here. What do we need aluminum for again? I think it was only currently the air filter that we needed, which I will plop down eventually, but right now we don't actually need it all that much because we don't have our factories and stuff running. So once we get those back on, then we need to place these down. But at the moment, we should be kind of okay. I want to see how much of this aluminum we actually gather because we only have, again, this really short window of time. There's only 53 in this pile as well. Oh, actually, they're going to continue mining it regardless. We just couldn't place it there because we didn't have a light source before, but now that we kind of cheesed the game like that by having a flare down, it's actually letting us continue to mine that. So that's actually good. We're going to have 53 aluminum here in a second. What I do want to do, however, is actually start moving people over to this outpost because having them mining the quartz thing right here is actually going to be helpful because that's what we're really hurting on right now. Are we able to place down a light bulb as well? Right now, no. We need quartz glass. Oh, that's not good because we don't have... Okay. Well, this outpost actually has a bunch of quartz around it. So can we plug into this one here? We can... no, we can't. Okay, dang it. How about these ones over here? There is another one right here. Is this close enough to our light source? It is. Sweet. Okay, so we are going to send all of our dudes onto that. We currently have them doing nothing. That's great. But I had to go ahead and build a scanning tower at the outpost as well as over here, and I couldn't find any quartz glass near our old base, or near the old area, so I had to scan here, and luckily enough, we have a couple little segments here and there so that we should hopefully get enough to build out at least a light bulb, maybe 2. But once we get the mining unit up and running on the quartz glass deposit, we should kind of have that squared away, not really that big of an issue anymore. So we're going to need the lights on because we have the anomaly back. We are doing fairly good right now. Food is dropping. People are still malnourished. I don't know how to fix that, to be completely honest. Maybe doubling up or tripling up on the protein harvesters will fix it. Oh, you know what? Also, hold on. I completely forgot about it, but we do have an option to build whatchamacallit, right? We had another food source that we could have made, and I never unlocked it. Yeah, these guys right here. So nutritional paste as well as the molecular protein lab. So we didn't build this one because we needed the quartz and aluminum, so we can do that now. This one needs copper. And so we do have a deposit of copper. I don't know if it's close enough for us to actually interact with it, but I'm going to try this one first. And while this thing's attacking, let's go ahead and see if we can even hit the copper and stuff. I'm going to say no because it's so far out. So we have lead right here, and that might be doable. Yeah, that's doable. Okay. But the copper that's all the way out here is not for sure. So we're going to need a light bulb to get out here. Or we could do the same thing that we just did a second ago and have an expedition come drop a flare, and then we can get the copper that way. That could be a good way of going about it as well, potentially here. Let's see if we can build the thing that we just got, the nutritional paste thingy, which is this guy, produces large amounts of low-quality food, low crew and power requirements. So this is just like the carbohydrate farm. So could we do away with that thing and just replace them with this, potentially? 1 every 5 seconds, 1 every 12 seconds. Ooh, yeah, okay, so it's just an upgrade of this thing. I'm just going to place it over here. We'll be able to connect into it right away. We should have power being fed to it right away as well. And then we also have the unemployed people to go immediately working with it, so that should be good. I gotta be honest, I don't exactly remember where the quartz glass thing was. It should be somewhere right here, though, because I think we had a deposit thing right here that we were mining, so it should be right here. I mean, if it's not, then we're wasting the material building this thing out here, but fingers crossed that it's the right spot and we get the stuff going that we need. Great, it was right there. Nice. So we have 275 in the extraction point here, so it's not an infinite supply like the quartz or the coal thing is. And while that's running, we can go ahead and unlock some stuff here. So we got 239 points. What was it that I wanted to get a second ago? I wanted the food thing, right? I wanted to get some more food going. I am, however, going to try and build some lights out this way so that I can try and collect the copper as well. If we're lucky, we only need 1 light bulb because we should be close enough to then send our little recon balloon thingy. We also apparently just discovered a biome, which I guess is this one because it's purple, right? Slightly purple compared to the other one. So that's kind of cool. I didn't realize they changed colors, but let's see. We should be able to plop a balloon down. We are indeed. Look at that. Okay, so can we double dip here? Actually, that's a mining resource, not a balloon resource. That's fine. So let's do that and do that. And we'll send our dudes over there so we start generating those 2 resources as well. And to build out the molecular lab, we're going to need at least 15 copper right now. So let me send all of my dudes over to this thing because that's our copper node. And then they'll gather up all that. And when they do, we'll just go ahead and plop it down probably right over near this one as well. Because, yeah, we should be okay. We're really doing good on food right now. We just need to try and nail away the malnourishment that's going on right now. That's really not doing us any favors. We're also doing pretty bad on the relation here. Recreation facilities is bad. Having them dying is not doing us any favors. So recreation facilities, what does that even count as? Is it only this thing? Maybe? Oh, you know what? Hold on. Maybe these guys also count as recreation. It does indeed provide recreation. Okay, so we want to place down some more mess halls. We want to place down some more garden domes. We can also increase it by unlocking the other thing. But right now, since we have these 2 things unlocked, we might as well place them around a little bit so that we are getting a little bit of a benefit for the recreation stuff. So let's place this one right over here, right? I think that's too close, actually. You know what? It's too bad now because the robot immediately went to fix it. That's going to happen. Let's also place one over here by the other things, which I'm going to have to move it probably there so I can run a tunnel to it. All right, so I'm going to go through and place these things around. I don't know how this guy doesn't have power. It's very clearly in the power cell thing, so that should be working. Hello? Don't know why it's not. How much power do I have here? 87, demand is 90. Okay, so this thing's not changing. It's showing me like the total across both of the outposts right now, which is not doing me any favors here. That's pretty bad. We want to go ahead and place down the oxygenator thing because we're going to have to turn the cold thing on. Actually, you know what? We might be able to get away with just turning this on, right? And then turning this one on. And then having our clones kind of get pumped out a little bit quicker here because we're getting a little carried away here with thinking that we were in a good place, but we're kind of not. We're on a slippery slope still. So I'm gonna cycle through a couple clones here until we get some buildup of unemployed people, and then we'll try and throw a couple of these things around here and there. All right, well, I have to either build out a biomass generator here and consume the habitat and just not use it for cloning, or we get lucky and have an oil deposit somewhere close by, because the next closest coal things are a little ways away. We have to build a light bulb or two to get to them. So we do have a mission to build an oil well. So hopefully the game's nice and there's an oil field somewhere close by to us right now. So I'm going to unlock the oil drill, and then the oil drill as well, or the oil well. And then do we have 30 points left over? We do. So let's unlock both of these guys like that. And let's see, we probably have to scan for it. Oil generator, where is the mining unit? Oh, there we go. So both of these impact air quality. This one drills the oil. This one produces the power from it. We produce 50 power, but it also impacts air quality as well. You know what? We have the material for it right now. We also have a habitat for it. So let's just throw this guy down over here, consume the habitats, and then we can connect it back into the main section here, and maybe we're good. I also deleted one of the food factories because this guy produces it so much quicker. I really don't think we need both of them anymore, so I'm most likely going to delete this one as well. I'm just waiting to see if this bounces back out. Nice, I went ahead and turned off our coal generator and all of our lights turned back on. So I'm going to try one more thing to try and address our malnourishment thing that's happening. I think it might be tied to the mess hall thing, right? Because they do have a limit on their inventory here, so we only have 8 people that can be serviced by it at a time. So I'm guessing having one mess hall is not enough to actually feed or handle everybody that's in our colony right now. So I'm going to try and see if by placing down more of these, it fixes that issue. It would be great if it did, but I really don't have a clue here. I'm going to try... Is this a mess hall? That is not. That's a gardening area. I feel like I just had all these things down, though, as well in the beginning of the episode, so... this could very well not do a thing for us. Alrighty, anyways, before we wrap up today's episode, I am going to burn one more habitat. I'm going to place down a light bulb in this area that should hopefully allow us to overlap on 3 of the bulbs here, so that should be a good placement, I think. And then with this habitat, we're going to turn that into the food building that we just unlocked, if I can remember where it's at. I don't remember. This guy over here, the molecular lab. We're going to use it on that. We also have a cave system right here, so why not just send our submarine over here for 2 seconds? We burn 1 coal. That's it. That's fine. Send it. Sure. Oh, actually 5 food as well, but that's fine. Let's see what we get from this. Probably more science points if I had to guess. I think that's what we got last time, isn't it? From the thing over there by the other outpost. So let's go ahead and explore the cave. We got 2 DNA for uncommon genomes. All right, that's good. So what does that actually give us, though? We got 2 giant oarfish. Is that from the cave? That's pretty cool if that is. We got a 15% chance of generating a scientist. We could actually really use scientists right now. Can we do that? That gives us a 30% chance, 81% chance of success, only a 40-day lifespan, though. So out of all of those clones, we only got general dudes. We didn't get a scientist out of that. That's a bit of a stinker, but we are going to need more employees. So I'm going to set another batch in motion. And we have 15 of the quartz glass to build out the building now. So let's place this here. So once this thing's up and running, we can see if it's going to help with the food, because we are kind of chewing through all of our food right now. We did have 100 plus, but then I decided to clear both those buildings like a dum-dum, and now we are kind of plummeting very quickly here. All right, well, good news. Having this thing down actually fixed our malnourishment issue, so everybody's good now. The only complaint is that we don't have enough housing for everybody, which is kind of fixable, right? Although I don't think I have any more of the quartz glass, so yep, the best thing I can do is a normal housing unit, which is fine. I'm not going to spit out any more clones. Alrighty, well, that's actually where we're going to be wrapping up today's episode. We seem to have fixed everything. We got our food and stuff going. Our food is a little dicey still, but it's not super bad off just yet. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up there. Hope you guys enjoyed as always, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.